3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Zooming to you from somewhere in the digital universe. This is Far Out Fiesta, episode 206, Shed Battles. I am your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please give it up for our amazing cast, JuliAnna Briscoe.
Yeah.
Kristin Keith.
Yeah.
Robb Hudspeth. Before we get to all the hilarious comedy, I've got a question. What childish thing do you still do as an adult? What childish thing do you still do as an adult? I can go first if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, that's way too much to narrow down.
I eat cereal for dinner sometimes. I eat a lot of cereal. My cereal consumption, I believe, is childlike. What about you, Jules?
Me? I'm basically like a 2-year-old. I do a lot of things that I don't know. Pass? Check.
That's fine. You can pass. Robb.
Robb. You said Robb.
Oh, pass to me.
Yes.
Gosh, I don't know if I do anything that's necessarily adult. I'm trying to think. I mean, pretty much everything I do is pretty damn childish, except drive, I guess.
All right, fair enough.
So, yeah.
That I guess this was a tough one. Kristin.
I'm the same as him. I don't think I ever really fully grew up. I've never been an adult.
Yes.
I'm always I don't know. I approach everything in a childlike way.
We don't adult well.
That's cool. That's totally fair.
That's right. Peter Pan for life.
That's
Yeah, totally.
As always.
Tonight's episode
Is based on,
A true story.
let me guess. Shed Battles is like Transformers, only with sheds.
Maybe. Any other guesses?
A rural fight club where the participants in the fight club are all farmers and cattle.
Maybe. Any other guesses?
A podcast where sheds are catapulted at enemies.
We totally watched that podcast. Maybe. JuliAnna, any guesses?
as long as it's not one of those podcasts where vultures bid on disadvantaged people's sheds, then
Exactly what it is. On Shed Battles, bidders bid on abandoned storage lockers. They hope to make a fortune with their winnings.
a fortune from other people's misfortune. Have we sunk that low?
No sinking involved. We've always been that low.
True.
Can an auction show even work on a podcast?
I don't see how.
Is it too late to rebroadcast an old episode or something like that, Richard?
Episode 79. Episode 79. Get to the screeching.
We're doing this new one. Far out. Let's Fiesta.
So today's podcast auction, which get the whole concept of a podcast auction, doesn't make any sense.
Dude.
Sorry. Today's podcast auction takes place at the Podcast City Fairgrounds.
The Podcast City Fairgrounds. I've never heard of them.
Following insert is paid for by Podcast City Fairgrounds and does not necessarily reflect the views of FOF.
The Podcast City Fairgrounds is the Coney Island hot dog stands of Podcast City.
It featured
Like, doesn't currently exist?
the Podcast City Fairgrounds featured a carousel populated entirely by enormous squab and Cornish game hens made from wood. So, food birds on a merry-go-round.
Dude.
Sorry.
The Podcast City Fairgrounds featured picnic areas.
There it is again. Featured. I mean, is this place still open?
The Podcast City Fairgrounds featured live entertainment, including diving horses.
Cruel entertainment? I mean, no way horses want to dive.
You know that horses don't want to dive.
What? They can't even go like this with their hooves.
Podcast City Fairgrounds has some
Oh, it has. Okay, that's present tense. Okay, now I'm tense.
Podcast City Fairgrounds has a dance hall with trampoline-supported floors and rides, including Dr. Fantastic's Dry Heave Express roller coaster.
Now that I know they really exist. It's not so disgusting to plug their sucking crap. Podcast City Fairgrounds offers free automobile parking to its patrons. Of course they do. Of course they do. It's 2020. Who calls it automobile parking in 2020?
Podcast City Fairgrounds.
How much did they pay us all for that advertising?
Don't worry about it. I spent that crap.
Jagweed.
Would anybody mind if I just finished setting up the segment?
Knock yourself out. Go nuts. Sorry.
No, unless you want me to finish it for you.
No. I was going to do it no matter what she said anyway.
Jagweed.
So today's podcast auction takes place at the Podcast City Fairgrounds. Dogs.
Colin, I feel good about today's auction. I'm looking forward to hearing you say,
Compensate the lady. You know, I've been asked you not to call me a darling on the air.
And Lady, his partner.
And more importantly, his treasurer. I hold the purse strings.
I don't even have a purse.
Is why I hold the purse strings. Doy.
Me and Lainey have been in the auction game for longer than either of us care to tell.
I cared to tell until late July.
And we're still in the auction game, so that's longer.
Compensate the lady. That is longer.
Okay, clearly, since you are so good at this, you two can take it from here and just introduce yourselves.
Get the suck out of here, then. Compensate the lady.
I was being completely sarcastic.
Oh, we enjoy the glamour of auctioning off abandoned sheds.
And more importantly, we like the money. Compensate the lady.
We're in a monster RV.
RV, only with really big tires.
On the way to the Podcast City Fairgrounds, where we sell someone's most valuable and prized possessions.
Actually, we don't care as long as they compensate the lady.
She's required to say that at least 15 times a show, or our producers threaten to replace her with
with one of those chimps that plays the cymbals. Producer now.
Compensate the lady.
We expect to see a few of our regular bidders on the podcast today, but we'll let them introduce themselves.
Compensate the lady. How many times is that?
6.
It has to be more than that. Compensate the lady.
Let's meet the regular bidders. These are bidders that come to all of our auctions to support their businesses in drug and or gambling addictions.
You think some of them just come to these auctions just so that they can
Doesn't count.
compensate the lady? Does too. Here come the regular bidders. If you were here, you would smell them coming. It's like a hot yoga gym full of sheep. Meet the couple.
Call me Cookie. Call me Zany. Call me easily distracted. Meds kicking in. Call me Focused.
Should you have mentioned the meds kicking in?
You're not my probation officer.
I know. I'm your parole officer.
Shoplifting and arson are victimless crimes.
So I tend to be pretty conservative with my bidding. I don't get all crazy.
No, he leaves the crazy to me. Our relationship is very destructive.
There's a lot of cocaine dependency. We're going to win today.
Or die trying.
Wait, I didn't agree to that part.
Meet the big shot.
Now, I have dabbled in politics at the city, state, and county level. Now I go to auctions and buy abandoned sheds, living the American dream. I'm also a lobbyist for the guns stuffed with alcohol and tobacco lobby. I am winning today, and if I don't, there's always cyanide tablets.
And meet the cat lady.
Cats have been patriots since this country was founded. Many ship cats came to the Americas by ship with the early colonists. They were used to get rid of the rodents, and protect their boat's food supply. My kitties reenact key scenes from Definitely Maybe. I'm gonna win today. If I don't, you're gonna have to adopt all 21 of my cats.
We're not guaranteeing that all of these, and I do use the term very loosely, podcast auction celebrities will be on tonight's podcast. It's cheaper to shoot one regular Bitters intro, so.
And leave the billions of people watching guessing.
Next up, it's Podcast City Fairground Auction Rules.
Well, we have a few simple Podcast City Fairground Shed Battle Auction rules to keep things fair, safe, and racist.
What was that last part?
We'll cut open the sheds and everyone can look.
But no touching. It's like a strip club where my mama used to exotically dance.
Bidders bid on the contents of the entire shed, not on a rat-by-rat basis.
Auction of each unit is open, so there are no seal bids. Take that, seals. No auto bids neither.
The shed is sold to the highest bidder.
The winning bid must be paid in cash upon winning. Compensate the lady. How many is that?
6.
It is more than 6.
Let the auctions begin.
Shed 1 is a small shed, 10 by 12 feet. I can barely fit into it.
Bidders, we will cut open the lock.
And hope no crazy meth heads stagger out.
You will have 5 minutes to review the content and make up your mind. Once bidding starts, there is no turning back.
Once bidding starts, there is no turning back.
That's right, as he said. As always, all winners must
The
compensate.
locker is open.
All right now, furniture, lawnmowers, cricket sculptures made from manure. I'm mildly interested. Not more than 30 grand interested.
My kitties would love to rip into some of that furniture with their adorable razor-sharp claws. I want it.
Well, we'll start the bidding at $75. Do I hear 75?
75.
I am 75. I am 75. Do I hear 80? Do I hear 80?
100.
I got $100. $100. Do I hear 125? Do I hear 125?
150.
I got 150. I got 150. Do I hear
400.
Oh, my blood is too rich for that.
I'm afraid you got that backwards.
No, I didn't. My blood is so rich that when they take my blood, they use it as the basis for a delectable roux.
I got 400. I got 400. I got 400 sold to the man who's lighting his clove cigarette with $200 bills.
Compensate the lady. How many is that?
6.
It's more than 6.
Count them yourself.
No, I have number phobia.
6. Number 6.
I think it's more than that.
Here's your 400, lady. I can't wait to smell what's in that shed first and vomit. Because it's an abandoned shed. And then I'll see what treasures I have pillaged.
Lady, the door seems stuck. Can you help them?
What's the count?
7.
The door is stuck.
We'll put some back into it.
I got it open. Oh, my back may be permanently injured. Compensate the lady.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one. 7. Count 7.
I thought it was more.
Well, let's see what we have here. Soiled garments. Well, there is a market for those. Terrible cat piss-stained sofa cushions. Oh, and what's that?
Doll furniture for Satan's niece.
My back hurts bad. Luggage, a sewing machine.
I'm talking about the mower.
It's the top of the line Pro Max 34. Was that not supposed to be in this scene?
Oh, why do you smell like salmon?
Well, she's right. It is a top-of-the-line Pro Max 34. Now, I'll take that to my brush mower expert for an appraisal.
Is there anything else valuable?
Well, most of the rest of the pieces are worse than my personal trainer's yeast infection.
Garbage.
That's probably a different market, but that's a different show. And now is off to Lady Patch's Hullabaloo.
Lady Patch's Hullabaloo is a unique, kitschy import store.
Substitute the words kitschy imports with thrift.
Lady Patch's Hullabaloo is a unique thrift store.
If you need doodads, this is your thrift store.
Yeah, Lady Patch's Hullabaloo is built on doodads. Millions of doodads. Incense burners, cricket cages, little brass elephants.
Indian print bedspreads.
Plastic bead curtains.
Lady Patch's Hullabaloo is popular with baby boomer hippies.
And I am enchanted with Lady Patch's Hullabaloo merch, such as Indian print bedspreads and plastic bead curtains. They're just flying off the shelf.
Do not forget blacklight posters.
Scandinavian named expensive chocolates.
Lady Patch's Hullabaloo. Am I in this one? No? Why am I even here if you're not gonna use me in anything?
Let's see what's inside the shed that Hugh won.
Would it be a dreamboat or a dud?
What did you bring me?
Why, this, pretty lady.
I'm not in this, remember? Yeah, you were talking about the mower. God.
Oh, it's the Max 34 field and the brush mower.
Please elaborate.
Well, the Max 34 is the most powerful brush cutter I've ever seen.
Well, how wide is the mowing deck?
Equipped with an extra wide 34-inch mowing deck, you can get the job done fast.
Why, great. Well, would you look at the time? Can we wrap this up?
And power steering puts you in charge. Not that thing that separates it from other brush mowers is the fact that it is.
I don't care about all of that. What is she worth?
Does she have childbearing hips?
He's talking about the mower. I'm not even in this.
How much is the Max 34 worth?
$4,000.
Whoa! Well, that is a profit of $3,600 for me.
Shed 2 is a medium shed 10 by 16. I can barely fit into it.
Bite open the lock and bidders will have 5 minutes to review the shed content and make up your mind.
Once bidding starts, there is no turning back.
And as always, all winners must compensate the lady. How many times was that?
7.
It was more than 7.
And shed number 2 is open.
Oh, child-sized vanity table set.
Van Gogh's severed ear. Crap ton of what appear to be human femurs of various lengths.
Whoa, do not freak out.
No guarantees. There have to be 60 femurs there.
That's not what I'm talking about.
How can that not be? How can that not be what you're talking about?
Look at all the Barbies.
I'll start the bidding at $200. Do I hear $200? Do I hear
It's $200.
$250? I'm sorry.
You're,
Do I hear $200 again?
you're bidding against me.
I got $250. I got $250. Going once, going twice. Shed number 2, go to Paul and Hannah.
Well, then it's time to compensate the lady. How many is that?
7.5.
Since when do we have halves?
Put some back into it, Laney, and open her up.
Every part of my body is numb from my injury opening the last one.
Oh, I'll do it. Look, there we go. Look at all the Barbies.
Look at all the human femurs. Should we call the cops?
Or we could get the Barbies appraised and make a fortune.
Wait, oh, is Lady Patch's Hullabaloo open?
24 cents.
Lady Patch will tell us how valuable the Barbies and femurs. Just the Barbies? Lady Patch will tell us how valuable the Barbies are.
Yes, these are phenomenal. How much did you pay for them?
250.
Would have been 200 if Jagweed hadn't been against me.
Let it go.
A couple of these Barbies are exceptionally valuable.
Do you hear that, Hannah?
Yeah, why wouldn't I hear that?
Well, this is totally Hair Barbie. She is one of the most popular Barbies that ever existed in the 80s, and 10 million were sold worldwide.
You know, that is very fascinating. But,
This one is quite extraordinary, too. This is Bob Mackey's Starlight Splendor Barbie.
Oh, she's striking in her glorious designer silver and black dress and silver headpiece.
so my question is,
Barbie is worth about $160 on today's market. Bob Mackey's Starlight Splendor Barbie is a solid $200.
so $360 overall.
Ooh, a profit of $110. Do you praise femurs too?
I'd rather not say that on camera.
Shed 3 is a large shed 12 by 20 feet. I found it a little snug.
Dog's skeleton penis. To open the lock, and you will have 5 minutes to review the content and make up your mind.
Once spitting starts, there is no turning back. Let's just use a key or cut the lock. My skeleton penis ain't what she used to be, yo.
Oh, and the lock is open.
Well, it's a shed full of taxidermied animals. Now, my species is so dominant to theirs, I'd like to buy them to use them to make soup stock. I'll bid a little.
I'm really into this one. I see a bunch of dreams. I see some things that would mess with a couple of my cat's cat brains big time. I want it.
We'll start the bidding at 150. Do I hear 150?
150.
150. I got 150. Do I hear 200? I got 150.
160.
Really?
I got 160. I got 160. Do I hear 175?
63.
I got 163. I got 163. Do I hear 175? I got 163 once. I got 163 twice. So nice cat earrings, cat shirt, scarf, and socks.
Thanks.
And as always, all winners must compensate the lady. How many?
11. The locker is open.
11. All right. Why wouldn't they have just been open sheds for the other two? I wrecked my sucking back
I was teaching you a lesson.
on your deaf ones. I'm glad it's open. Good luck, you two.
What, 2? No, I'm not a part of this. I'm just initiating a turf war between offshore tech support resources, and I'm gone.
These all look like real stuffed animals. I can learn to do this on people.
Excuse me. What?
Wait a minute. What's that? It can't be what I think it is.
Oh, that's a pretty broad. It can be what you think it is. What do you think it is?
A pair of unicorns.
Well, suck me stupid. It's a pair of unicorns. You should have them appraised at Lady Patch's Hullabaloo, whatever her name.
And yeah, I know. I'm doing that. Next scene. Ding.
Jenny took her pair of taxidermied unicorns to Lady Patch's Hullabaloo. Let's see how much it's worth.
Thank you for seeing me on such short notice.
You scheduled this, ma'am. What do you got?
It's a pair of unicorns.
To be more specific, this set is one of the 5 most expensive pieces of taxidermy.
Because they are unicorns.
Fortunately, this pair of unicorns are not real.
They're not. Well, I'll crap on them and set them on fire now.
Well, perhaps a bit hasty to do that.
Perchance? Who says perchance?
They were made by fitting a simulated narwhal tusk to the heads of a couple white horses. They're worth about $58,300 at auction.
How much would it be worth if I How much will they be worth if I scrape off the flaming crap? Oh well. On shed battles, if there is any retribution for poaching people's lives, we feel it's our duty to show it. Hugh is startled awake.
Oh my, what's going on?
Lorraine, what is your favorite October seasonal fruit?
You buried me up to my neck. How did you get my new mower?
The October seasonal fruits I enjoy include persimmon, chestnut, apple.
Me, it's pomegranate, fig, plum.
And why are you driving it towards me?
Don't forget grape. Hugh, we hadn't defaulted on the locker you stole.
We've been storing the world's most valuable lawnmower to delay the destruction of our planet.
The moment you bought the locker, you put a cosmic target on Earth.
Why, that is really bad. Bow my head.
Shed 2 didn't fare much better than Shed 1. Paul and Hannah are tied up in Barbie hair in their new shed.
Did you tie me up, Hannah?
No, Paul.
Will you?
We're tied up with Barbie hair. And these masked strangers.
Paul.
Hannah.
Oh, they have the same names as us.
Why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, they're dousing us in what I suspect is a highly flammable chemical.
I always said you were going to trigger the apocalypse.
You never said that.
Why are you doing this to us?
The contents of the locker you stole were strategically abandoned. It was slathered with bubonic plague. The house fire is a mercy killing.
I'm not going to say you won't feel a thing.
Won't the plague still spread? All right, so you know what? Maybe you just shouldn't buy the final possessions of people who had to abandon them. I mean, Jenny lost Whisker Mittens. The next thing she knew, she found herself.
Netted in a hammock in my carport.
Hello, Jenny.
Hello, Jenny.
Have you two come about me starving that albino kid?
No.
What?
It's my unicorns, isn't it?
Yes.
You're going to impale me with it, aren't you?
Yep.
May I ask why?
Can.
Having me with my own unicorns.
The taxidermied unicorns were preserved as patterns for a new 85% unicorn to 15% human utopia.
We're actually unicorns.
We want to make the ratio 95% unicorn, 5% other. And this has been podcast episode 206, Shed Battles. I have been your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please, please, please give it up for amazing cast, Kristin Keith, Robb Hudspeth, and JuliAnna Briscoe, who will be doing Julie and leaving us for a few weeks, but we'll welcome her back in the future. Does anybody have anything they would like to share?
I'm gonna miss you.
We will miss you too. Good luck. Break a leg. I'm sure. I can't wait to hear what it's all about when you can tell us.
This is her super secret project.
That's right. Don't tell anybody.
It involves monkeys in space.
That's right.
Now we're all in trouble. Thanks, Robb.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Oh well. What you gonna do? Good night, everybody. We will see you next time.
Bye.